make sure you are somewhere safe and comfortable. Do not listen to this while driving, operating machinery, or during any activity that requires your full attention. Tonight is only for rest. And if these sessions help you relax and sleep more peacefully, consider subscribing to QuiteMind Sleep so these sessions can continue reaching others who need rest too. Allow everything else to slowly fade into the background. There is a moment each evening when the day begins to loosen its grip, perhaps so subtle that it can almost pass unnoticed. The room has grown still. The light has faded. And now, for a little while, there is nowhere you need to go. Nothing you need to finish. Nothing you need to solve. Nothing you need to hold together. This time belongs only to rest. And as you settle comfortably into your bed, you may begin to notice that your body already understands something very simple. It understands how to rest. It understands how to soften. It understands how to drift towards sleep in its own natural way. There is nothing you need to force. Nothing you need to make happen. Your body can simply rest. For now, allow your attention to gently settle on your breathing. The gentle movement of air flowing in. Perhaps you notice the coolness of the inhale, or the warmth of the exhale. Perhaps you notice the slight rise and fall somewhere in your body. Or perhaps you simply notice that breathing is happening all by itself, without needing your attention at all. And yet, for these next few moments, you may allow your awareness to rest there, following each breath gently, like watching small waves arrive at a quiet shore. As the breath continues in its own calm rhythm, you may begin to notice the surface beneath you, the support underneath your body, the way the mattress carries your weight, the way the bed supports you completely. For this time, there is no need to hold yourself up. No need to remain alert. No need to carry the day any longer. The bed can hold you. The room can hold you. The night can hold you. And little by little, you may notice your body becoming more willing to let go. Beginning at the top of the head, there may be muscles that have been quietly working all day. Small muscles around the scalp. Muscles that often remain active without being noticed. And now, simply by bringing awareness there, you may begin to notice a softening. Not because you are trying, but because awareness itself sometimes allows tension to release. The forehead becoming smoother. The space around the eyes becoming quieter. The tiny muscles around the temples softening, allowing the eyes to rest comfortably, as though they no longer need to look at anything, no longer need to focus, no longer need to do any work, just resting peacefully behind closed eyelids. And as those areas soften, you may notice the jaw, so often carrying tension without permission. And now perhaps the jaw becomes a little looser, allowing the teeth to separate slightly, allowing the muscles to rest. Nothing to think through. And as this feeling gradually spreads downward, you may notice the neck. Areas that often carry the weight of responsibility, the weight of expectation, the weight of attention. And for now, all of that can be set down, just for this moment. The shoulders may settle a little deeper, as though they no longer need to carry anything at all. The muscles across the upper back beginning to soften. The chest moving gently with each breath. And perhaps you begin to notice something changing inside the mind as well. Not because you are trying to stop thoughts. Not because thoughts are wrong. But simply because the mind often follows the body. And as the body becomes quieter, the mind may begin to quieten too. Thoughts may still appear. That's perfectly fine. Memories may drift through. Fragments of the day may pass across awareness. And there is no need to engage with any of them. No need to follow them. No need to push them away. You may simply notice them and allow them to continue moving, like clouds drifting slowly across a night sky, with no effort required from you. The mind does not need to become perfectly still. It does not need to become empty. It can simply become less busy, less interested in solving things, and more interested in resting. You may begin to notice longer spaces between thoughts, small moments of quiet, and within those gaps, there is nothing to do. Only the quiet rhythm of breathing as the night continues around you. You may become aware of how pleasant it feels to let the body grow heavier. The kind that appears when muscles no longer need to stay prepared. The kind that arrives when the body realizes it is safe to rest. The arms becoming heavier. The hands becoming still. The hips sinking comfortably into the surface beneath you. Every part of the body gradually discovering that it can simply be supported. And as you continue lying here, you may begin to notice how little is required of you right now. You do not need to concentrate. You do not need to listen carefully. You do not need to follow every word. Even if your attention drifts, that is perfectly fine. Even if thoughts wander, that is perfectly fine. Even if parts of this voice fade into the background, that is perfectly fine. There is nothing you need to do correctly. Nothing you need to achieve. Nothing you need to understand. Your only task, if it can even be called a task, is simply allowing yourself to rest. And even that can happen naturally. Allowing the night to be exactly as it is. Allowing this moment to be exactly as it is. Allowing yourself to be exactly as you are. There may be sounds around you. Small sounds from inside the room or beyond it. And each sound can simply become part of the background. Part of the atmosphere of the night. Just reminders that the world continues on its own. While you gradually allow the body to become more and more comfortable. And with every gentle breath, you may notice a growing sense of permission. Permission to stop carrying the day. Permission to stop preparing for tomorrow. Permission to stop holding yourself alert. Just for this time. The day is complete. The night is here. And your body can simply rest. Your breathing can continue naturally. Your muscles can continue softening. Your mind can continue slowing in its own way. There is nowhere you need to go. Nothing you need to become. Nothing you need to figure out. Only this comfortable moment. Only this gentle breath. Only this quiet resting place. And as the stillness of the night continues to deepen around you, your body may continue settling into comfort, one breath at a time, with the calm understanding that everything important can wait until morning, while for now, there is only rest. As you continue resting here, you may begin to notice that the body has become less interested in movement. Not because movement is impossible. Not because anything is holding you still. But because stillness has begun to feel comfortable. The body no longer searching for a better position. No longer preparing for anything. Simply resting where it is. And perhaps there is a growing sense that the surface beneath you feels a little closer now. As though your body has settled more completely into it. The weight of your arms resting exactly where they belong. The weight of your legs fully supported. The weight of your entire body quietly surrendered to gravity. Just a gradual willingness to be still. A gradual willingness to rest. And as this stillness deepens, you may notice how quietly the breath continues. Each breath arriving when it arrives. Each breath leaving when it leaves. Almost as though the body has taken over completely now, handling everything for you. Breathing on its own. Resting on its own. Moving steadily towards sleep in its own way. You may even notice that the spaces between breaths seem a little softer. Not longer because they need to be. As though the body is becoming less active. More content to remain exactly where it is. And perhaps the room itself feels quieter now. Not because the sounds have changed. Because your attention has changed. Sounds that may once have seemed noticeable now drift into the distance, becoming part of the background, part of the atmosphere of the night. Nothing demanding your awareness, nothing requiring a response. The night continuing around you, while you continue resting. And as the body becomes more comfortable with stillness, you may begin to notice another kind of slowing. A slowing that takes place beneath thought. A slowing that happens quietly. Like a pond becoming smooth after the wind settles. The surface gradually growing calmer. The movement gradually becoming less noticeable. The mind does not need to become empty. It does not need to become silent, but it may begin to feel less occupied, less interested in following every thought to its conclusion. Thoughts may still appear, a fragment of a conversation, and then, almost before it has fully formed, it drifts away again, replacing itself with something else. And then something else, almost dreamlike at times, appearing and fading with little importance attached to them. There is nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to organize, nothing you need to understand. The mind can simply wander, and as it wanders, it may begin to lose its sharp edges. Like shapes seen through a gentle mist, without meaning needing to be found. You may notice that periods of awareness now feel different from earlier. Moments where there is only the feeling of resting, only the sensation of breathing, only the comfort of being supported. Then perhaps a thought appears, leaving behind another quiet space. These spaces may begin to feel increasingly familiar, as though the mind is discovering that it no longer needs to stay engaged with everything. It no longer needs to stay watchful. It no longer needs to stay active. For now, it can simply rest beside the body. And the body itself may continue settling deeper, the muscles no longer needing to make adjustments, the joints no longer needing to hold tension, the entire body becoming less interested in doing and more interested in being. There may even be moments when parts of the body seem less noticeable, simply less present in awareness, as though your attention has become broader, less focused on individual sensations, and more aware of a general feeling of comfort, a general feeling of heaviness, a general feeling of ease. The kind of heaviness that often arrives just before sleep, when the body realizes there is nothing left to manage, nothing left to hold, nothing left to prepare for, only the quiet passage of time. And as the body settles more deeply into this state, breathing may continue to soften, without any need to guide it, without any need to notice every breath. The breath simply becoming part of the background, continuing all by itself, as natural as the darkness beyond your eyelid, as natural as the night surrounding you. And while the breath continues, the mind may begin to drift in ways that are difficult to predict. One thought leading nowhere, a brief image appearing unexpectedly, a memory arriving without invitation, a sensation of almost dreaming, floating quietly between one moment and the next. Many people notice that thoughts become less logical during these moments, one image blending into another, one idea fading before it can be completed. And if that begins to happen, there is nothing unusual about it, nothing that needs attention. It is simply one of the ways the mind begins to loosen its connection to the day, one of the ways it begins to move toward rest. You may find yourself listening to these words for a moment, then drifting away from them, then noticing them again, and then drifting once more, the attention becoming softer, like a feather settling slowly through still air, never needing to hurry, never needing to arrive. And perhaps there is a growing sense that the night itself feels larger than before, as though everything has slowed down, all moving at a gentler pace now. And within this quietness, there is a comforting realization. Nothing is expected from you. Nothing is waiting for you. Nothing requires your effort. The day has already been lived. Tomorrow has not yet arrived. And this moment asks nothing of you at all. You can simply rest within it, allowing the body to remain heavy, allowing the breath to remain easy, allowing thoughts to come and go as they please, like distant lights appearing briefly and then fading into darkness. There is no need to follow them, no need to keep track of them, no need to hold on to them. They can simply drift, just as clouds drift across the night sky, just as leaves drift across still water. Just as the mind itself may now be drifting, becoming less concerned with where one thought ends and another begins. And as these gentle moments continue to unfold, you may notice an increasing sense of distance from the activities of the day, all of them gradually fading into the background. Not because they have disappeared, but because they no longer need your attention right now. For now, they can remain where they are. While you remain here, allowing the body to continue its natural journey into deeper and deeper rest, as the calm rhythm of the night carries everything toward greater stillness, greater softness, and the peaceful slowing that so often comes before sleep. The night seems quieter now, not because anything has changed, but because so much has already settled, everything moving at a slower pace than before. And perhaps there's a sense now that awareness itself has become softer, less concerned with details, less interested in holding on to things. Thoughts may still appear from time to time, yet they may no longer arrive with the same clarity. A fragment of something familiar, and then nothing at all. The mind no longer needing to follow every thread, no longer needing to complete every thought. Ideas can remain unfinished. Questions can remain unanswered. The mind becoming comfortable with not knowing, comfortable with letting things drift, like pages gently turning in a book that no one is reading, like reflections moving across still water, present for a moment. And somewhere within this growing stillness, you may notice how awareness drifts, not in any predictable way. A few moments listening, a few moments wandering, then wandering somewhere else. The boundaries between one moment and the next becoming softer. Time itself may begin to feel different, or perhaps less noticeable. Minutes no longer needing to be counted, moments no longer needing to be measured. The night unfolding at its own gentle pace, and you resting within it. Nothing pulling you forward, nothing asking you to keep track. Only this quiet unfolding, only this gradual slowing. And while awareness drifts, the body may continue becoming more distant, simply resting so completely that there is less reason to notice it. The gentle rhythm of breathing remains, but much of the body's activity has already become quiet. The body knowing how to rest without supervision, knowing how to remain still without instruction, knowing how to move naturally towards sleep. And because so little is required now, the mind may begin releasing even more of its activity. A fragment replacing a fragment, a moment replacing a moment, without needing to connect, without needing to make sense. This is often how the mind begins loosening its grip on the day, the way evening becomes night, the way shadows lengthen without anyone noticing exactly when it happened. The mind becoming less organized, more willing to wander. And perhaps you notice that some thoughts now seem incomplete, drifting away before they finish, like pieces of dreams beginning to gather at the edges of awareness. The voice may become part of that drifting too, sometimes blending into the background. And however your attention moves is perfectly fine. There is no need to hold on to these words. No need to stay with them. No need to listen carefully. You may notice them when you notice them. And when awareness drifts elsewhere, that is perfectly natural. The night asks very little of you now. And in this allowing, there may be moments that seem almost empty. Not empty in an uncomfortable way. Empty in a peaceful way. Moments where there is no particular thought. Just the quiet feeling of being here. These moments may come and go, like gentle spaces opening between clouds, like calm stretches between ripples on water. And each quiet space may feel a little easier to enter than the one before, a little more familiar, a little more natural, as though the mind is remembering something it has always known. How to release the need to stay engaged. Far away now are the concerns of earlier hours. All of them seeming less immediate. Waiting somewhere beyond the edge of this moment. Beyond the edge of this night. And there's comfort in that distance. Comfort in not needing to carry everything all the time. Comfort in allowing things to remain where they are. While you remain here. The breath continuing somewhere in the background. The body continuing its own quiet work. Everything moving in the direction it was always meant to move. And perhaps awareness itself begins to feel lighter. Moving gently from one experience to another. Without needing a destination. A moment of listening. Then nothing at all. The rhythm of drifting becoming more familiar than the rhythm of thinking. The rhythm of resting becoming more familiar than the rhythm of doing. And somewhere within this softness, longer spaces may begin to appear. Spaces where thoughts become difficult to find. Spaces where attention no longer feels anchored to anything in particular. Spaces that pass so quietly they almost go unnoticed. Only afterward realizing there had been a pause. A moment of complete ease. These pauses need nothing from you. Just as the breath happens naturally. Just as the night unfolds naturally. Just as sleep approaches naturally. The mind does not need to move toward sleep. It can simply become quieter, allowing sleep to come closer on its own. Like darkness slowly filling a room after sunset. Like mist settling across a still landscape. Not because anyone is making it happen, but because this is what the body knows. This is what the night invites. This is what rest has always been. And now even thoughts may seem farther apart. Then dissolving into the calm background of the night. Leaving behind only stillness. The voice drifting through that quiet. The breath drifting through that quiet. Awareness drifting through that quiet. And as the night continues around you, there may be less and less need to notice where one thought ends and another begins. Less need to notice where attention wanders. Less need to notice anything at all, as the calm momentum of rest carries the body deeper into stillness, the mind deeper into quiet, and awareness into those soft and awareness. Peaceful spaces that exist so naturally at the edge of sleep. without asking anything of you. And perhaps there's less and less need to notice very much now. Less need to notice the room. Less need to notice the bed. Less need to notice even the passing of time. Everything continuing in its own way. Everything settling into its own quiet rhythm. And somewhere within that drifting, there may be moments that seem to arrive without beginning. Moments that simply appear and then pass again, leaving behind only stillness. Thoughts may continue becoming lighter, like faint shapes disappearing into darkness. No need to follow. No need to understand. No need to remember. The mind no longer needing to hold things together. No longer needing to organize experience. No longer needing to remain involved. The way a leaf drifts across still water. The way a cloud drifts across an empty sky. Without concern for where it will go. The breath continues somewhere in the background. Almost impossible to notice for very long. Quietly doing what it knows how to do. Growing more comfortable with every passing moment. And perhaps awareness begins to move differently now. Not from one thought to another. Not even from one sensation to another. Lingering for a moment. Then lingering somewhere else. Like drifting through a landscape that never asks you to arrive anywhere. Only this gentle slowing. And the slowing continues. The body no longer needing your attention. The breath no longer needing your attention. The mind no longer needing your attention. Everything finding its own quiet place. Everything settling into stillness. As awareness becomes softer, less attached to any particular thing. A word may appear. An image may appear. A fragment of a dream. Then dissolving before it fully forms. Like distant lights fading into mist. Like gentle ripples smoothing themselves away. And in between these fragments, there may be long quiet spaces. Nothing needing to happen. Just the feeling of rest. The feeling of drifting. The feeling of being carried by the calm rhythm of the night. The voice becoming softer within awareness. Sometimes blending completely into the background. And all of that is perfectly natural. Awareness no longer needing to stay anywhere for very long. The night is patient. It does not hurry. It does not push. And perhaps that patience can be felt now. The feeling that there is nowhere else to be. Only this soft unfolding. Only this gentle drifting. The body continuing to slow. The mind continuing to quiet. Awareness continuing to soften. The spaces becoming larger. The thoughts becoming smaller. The silence between them becoming easier to rest within. And perhaps even these words begin to matter less. Less need to listen. Less need to follow. Less need to notice. The voice becoming part of the atmosphere. Part of the background. Like a distant sound carried gently through the night. The mind becoming comfortable with uncertainty. Comfortable with unfinished things. comfortable with letting moments pass without holding on to them, allowed to drift away, allowed to become quiet. And as more and more of experience begins to fade into the background, there may be only occasional moments of awareness, then longer stretches of drifting, longer stretches of quiet, longer stretches where there is very little to notice at all. The breath moving softly, the night moving softly, and then even those ideas may begin to fade, leaving behind something simpler, a sense of floating, a sense of ease, a sense of nothing needing to happen, nothing needing to change. The body already resting, the mind already quieting, the night already carrying everything forward, and perhaps awareness drifts for a while. Each return softer than before, each drifting a little longer, like gentle waves moving farther from shore, like mist settling lower across the sleeping landscape, like darkness deepening without anyone noticing exactly when it happened. Everything becoming less defined, the edges of thought softening, the edges of awareness softening, the edges of time softening, until there may be only occasional fragments. Then perhaps another fragment, the kind of quiet that asks for nothing, the kind of quiet that simply exists, kind of quiet that welcomes drifting. The body resting deeply now, the night stretching gently around you, with nothing to hold, only these quiet moments, like distant stars behind clouds, like reflections in dark water, like fragments of dreams moving silently through the mind. And as those fragments continue to come and go, and come and go, and come and go, the spaces between them becoming softer, awareness drifting gently through those quiet spaces, resting within those quiet spaces, floating through those quiet spaces, with the breath somewhere far in the background, the body resting comfortably, the night remaining calm. Through the gentle darkness, through the calm rhythm of the night, everything can stay quiet. Still safe. Still safe. You're still here. There's nothing to manage. Just resting now. The body can stay heavy. Just resting now. There's nothing to manage. There's nothing to manage. You're still here. It's okay to let go. You're still here. Everything can stay quiet. Nothing needs your effort. The body can stay heavy. Still safe. Nothing needs your effort. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. You're still here. It's okay to let go. Just resting now. There's nothing to manage. The body can stay heavy. Nothing needs your effort. The body can stay heavy. Everything can stay quiet. Everything can stay quiet. There's nothing to manage. Nothing needs your effort. Nothing needs your effort. It's okay to let go. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. There's nothing to manage. It's okay to let go. There's nothing to manage. Everything can stay quiet. Everything can stay quiet. You're still here. Nothing needs your effort. The body can stay heavy. Just resting now. Everything can stay quiet. You're still here. The body can stay heavy. Everything can stay quiet. The body can stay heavy. Still safe. Everything can stay quiet. Still safe. There is nothing to manage. Just resting now. Nothing needs your effort. It's okay to let go. There's nothing to manage. There's nothing to manage. Everything can stay quiet. Everything can stay quiet. Still safe. There's nothing to manage. You're still here. There's nothing to manage. Still safe. You're still here. You're still here. Nothing needs your effort. There's nothing to manage. Just resting now. The body can stay heavy. Everything can stay quiet. Still safe. Still safe. There's nothing to manage. There's nothing to manage. There's nothing to manage. There's nothing to manage. The body can stay heavy. Everything can stay quiet. You're still here. Still safe. The body can stay heavy. Nothing needs your effort. Everything can stay quiet. The body can stay heavy. There's nothing to manage. It's okay to let go. Everything can stay quiet. Still safe. You're still here. Just resting now. Everything can stay quiet. Still safe. Nothing needs your effort. The body can stay heavy. Nothing needs your effort. Nothing needs your effort. Everything can stay quiet. Still safe. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. You're still here. Everything can stay quiet. It's okay to let go. There's nothing to manage. Still safe. You're still here. Still safe. Still safe. Nothing needs your effort. There's nothing to manage. There's nothing to manage. Nothing needs your effort. Body can stay heavy. The body can stay heavy. The body can stay heavy. There's nothing to manage. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. Still safe. Just resting now. Still safe. The body can stay heavy. It's okay to let go. There's nothing to manage. Nothing needs your effort. It's okay to let go. Everything can stay quiet. You're still here. Still safe. It's okay to let go. The body can stay heavy. Nothing needs your effort. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. Still safe. You're still here. You're still here. Everything can stay quiet. There's nothing to manage. Just resting now. The body can stay heavy. The body can stay heavy. Everything can stay quiet. Still safe. There's nothing to manage. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. Everything can stay quiet. There's nothing to manage. Still safe. Just resting now. Still safe. Everything can stay quiet. It's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. Nothing needs your effort. It's okay to let go. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. The body can stay heavy. Just resting now. It's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. The body can stay heavy. Still safe. Just resting now. Nothing needs your effort. Nothing needs your effort. Body can stay heavy. Still safe. Just resting now. The body can stay heavy. Just resting now. The body can stay heavy. There's nothing to manage. Everything can stay quiet. Still safe. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. You're still here. There's nothing to manage. Nothing needs your effort. There's nothing to manage. Just resting now. Nothing needs your effort. Nothing needs your effort. You're still here. You're still here. Just resting now. Still safe. Just resting now. Nothing needs your effort. Everything can stay quiet. There's nothing to manage. Nothing needs your effort. Everything can stay quiet. The body can stay heavy. It's okay to let go. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. Huh? Still safe. You're still here. There's nothing to manage. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. Body can stay heavy. Just resting now. You're still here. It's okay to let go. The body can stay heavy. You're still here. Nothing needs your effort. You're still here. You're still here. You're still here. There's nothing to manage. Everything can stay quiet. The body can stay heavy. You're still here. There's nothing to manage. It's okay to let go. The body can stay heavy. Still safe. Still safe. Nothing needs your effort. You're still here. Everything can stay quiet. Just resting now. It's okay to let go. Everything can stay quiet. Just resting now. Just resting now. Everything can stay quiet. There's nothing to manage. The body can stay heavy. There's nothing to manage. Still safe. Still safe. It's okay to let go. Everything can stay quiet. Everything can stay quiet. There's nothing to manage. Everything can stay quiet. Everything can stay quiet. Just resting now. Everything can stay quiet. Still safe. There's nothing to manage. Everything can stay quiet. Nothing needs your effort. Still safe. It's okay to let go. The body can stay heavy. It's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. You're still here. The body can stay heavy. You're still here. Just resting now. Just resting now. Just resting now. Just resting now. You're still here. There's nothing to manage. Everything can stay quiet. Everything can stay quiet. Just resting now. It's okay to let go. The body can stay heavy. You're still here. It's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. There's nothing to manage. Still safe. You're still here. The body can stay heavy. You're still here. It's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. Still safe. You're still here. Just resting now.